Okay, quick recording on calculating fuel costs. So, Anthony's buying a Volkswagen Golf, and I imagine, and because I own one or something very similar, you're probably going to be rated at about 7 liters per 100 kilometers for fuel economy. So that means every 100 kilometers you drive, you burn 7 liters of fuel. So what you have to figure out is how many kilometers per year. Now, that's kind of something you're going to need. You can sort of do a little bit of quick math. You think you're going to live out of town? People who live out of town, if you live 30 kilometers out of town and you're driving to work, that means 60 kilometers every day. You live out of town, that means you're driving to the grocery store. If you're like Mr. Lehman and you don't drive to work, you walk, uh, that has a big, significant impact. So I try to encourage students to use easy numbers. If you are someone who doesn't drive a lot at all and you just drive for pleasure and you're going to walk to work, 10,000 kilometers. If you have a short commute in town and you do a little bit of driving, 15,000 kilometers. If you are the kind of person who drives all over the place all the time and you still don't have that much of a commute, 20,000 kilometers. You get the sort of idea. Most people can budget a reasonable, it depends on you. Most people are around 20,000 kilometers. Personally, I drive all over the place for trips in the summer and like basketball coaching on the weekends and mountain biking like a lot of days. So I do a lot of driving for those reasons, but I rarely go over 20,000. I'm usually like 15 to 20 because I don't drive to work and I don't drive far to go get like gas and groceries, that kind of thing. So if you're at 20,000 kilometers, let's say, which is a safe estimate for many people, 20,000 kilometers per year, you could say 10, you could say 15. Unless you know you're going to be driving a ton, don't go over 20. There's really no need for the budget. So there's a few ways to do this, but the simplest way is to divide this into groups of 100 kilometers. So we divide this by 100 kilometers, which means we've got 200 groups of 100. 200 groups of 100. This is just basic division. But why is that important? That tells you how many liters of fuel you're going to use in a year. So you use 7 liters per every 100 on average. So 200 times 7 gives you 1,400 liters a year. So that's your gas. That's a lot of fuel. Now, if you get a window sticker, they give you an estimate on how much it's going to cost you per year. So this is 1,400 liters a year. The current price of gas is like $1.20. Well, depending on where you go, we're going to say $1.27, about middle of the road. I think I filled up $1.25. The more expensive places $1.30. Let's go $1.27 times 1,400. 1778. So $1.27 times 1,400 means you're going to spend $1,778 a year on gas. So you take that amount, divide it by 12, you're going to get yourself 148.17. We'll round that down. We're going to say $148 a month in gas. So when you reflect on your budget at the end, if this gas budget is just torpedoing your amount and you're like, oh God, I only had $200 for gas, I don't know what to do, or I only had $200 for my car and I'm spending $150 per month. Well, you're gonna have to do two things. You're gonna have to probably drive less, and B, also tighten up your budget so you can spend a little bit more money on your car. All right, I'm going to stop.